One.
And
Check
just
it.
like
Wow,
that.
amazing. Look at episode 176.
No, I think no. Wait, this is 178, bro.
The A2 show. Maybe more.
It's 178. I'm sure it's 178. But yeah, regardless,
you're probably right. It's one of those. We're doing great.
We're
Good
doing
to see
great,
you, Rodrigo.
good to
Hi,
see you,
guys.
my guy. So why don't you go ahead and let the world know who you are and what you do?
Well, my name is Rodrigo Haejl. You can call me Gil. A lot of people say that in that way.
Gil.
Gil is pronounced like hill, like a hill, like you walk
Hill.
up a hill.
Mhm.
But a lot of people don't get that, and they call me Gil. So I just I just accepted it as the way of like people who speak English
Gil.
talk. You know what I'm saying? Like
Rodrigo Hill.
yes, that's it.
Perfect pronunciation.
Sounds quite.
Welcome.
Yeah, that was pretty good pronunciation.
Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Can you say
He just lagged there. His
Ali?
internet bad. I'm sorry.
yeah, no, that's fine. No, that's fine. Can you say Ali?
Ali?
Oh,
Ali
wait.
Al-Shammari.
Don't make
Ali
us say
Shammari?
mine. Yeah, that's my name. Thank you. But you know what?
Amazing.
Fair. Yeah. And what is it that you do? You didn't get into the.
Well, I am a concept artist, illustrator, and by the way, I don't know which Ali I was talking to, but we were talking about being a comic book artist, and I said like, well, I'm not a comic book artist, but now I am. Like now I'm working professionally as a comic book
That's
artist.
Oh,
That's
nice.
him.
What?
Dude,
Cool, man.
Like,
Yeah.
where can we find your stuff? Because I like looking at your concept art here. Let me show the world what we're talking about. So looking at your concept arts, your shit is crazy, my guy.
Thanks.
Like like I genuinely like this kind of art. It's really cool, and the details are just insane. For like, how would you describe it? Is this like Japanese style manga, or would you describe it as cartoons? Like, how
Well,
would you describe it?
there's a bunch of things that inspired my art. I really don't know what is like specifically, but yeah, anime is kind of like a thing that inspires like a bunch of people in our generation, right? Like
Yes.
everybody watches anime,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
but at the same time, you
I was
have like
watching Dragon Ball the other day.
Oh, awesome.
Those are really cool drawings, dude. The way they're just drawings and
yeah.
like
So
yeah.
Akira Toriyama is actually one of like my favorite artists. Like I really love the way he does like line art and
What did he do?
inking and all that stuff. I really love that. So
Yeah.
that's part of my inspirations actually.
Mhm.
And I also watch a lot of movies.
Mhm.
I played a bunch of video games. I don't do that as much as I used to because of time.
Mm.
You know, you need to invest a lot of time to play video games, but I love that as well.
This is, by the way, my favorite of any of your drawings. This
Cool.
right here.
Robot Samurai.
Yeah, Robot
I
Samurai. 'Cause
appreciate that because I thought that a lot of people didn't like that one. So I stopped doing like stuff like that. I was like, I think people are not like reacting as well to this kind of drawing. So I'm not going to do it, but it's nice to hear that you actually like it.
I really do. This
I really liked it too.
I don't
That was
know.
one of my
I
favorites
don't know if
also.
you'd find this a bit offensive or not, but I really want to say it. It's just this looks to me like a really cool concept for a tattoo.
Oh, yeah. You know what? One time, a guy that I know, he's Canadian and he's an artist as well. He just came to me and told me like, I'm going to tattoo one of your designs on my arm. And he got a tattoo of one of my designs, and I was really flattered. But at the same time, I felt like, I don't know, I felt like it wasn't that good of an idea. I don't know why, but I was a little intimidated.
But it's cool. Like imagine having
It's
that
kinda
like
cool.
right here on a chest.
Oh, on the chest! Oh my god! That's
Like just a samurai sitting with his shotgun and like watching forward, dude. That's that's some gang shit right there. That's some gang shit, like literally.
pretty
So you said your inspiration mainly is derived from anime, and I think that's really cool. What about anime do you think is the reason behind?
well. In Mexico, anime is like a huge part of like cartoons. Like people here grow up watching anime as if they were like the Saturday morning cartoons and stuff like that. The thing is, Mexico had like a lot of like protectionist policies back in the day. So instead of like buying the rights from shows from the United States and stuff, like they decided to get like a bunch of shows from Japan. So So Mexicans are actually really used to like anime from a long time ago. Actually, there's an interview from Guillermo del Toro where he's talking about how he used to watch anime here, and that is something that he shares with like Hideo Kojima, because they used to watch the same shows at the same time, like back in the day, like in the 60s or something. So it's a huge part of the culture here, and people like just know anime for that
Amazing.
reason.
Funny enough,
Yeah.
it's the first time I hear about this. That in Mexico, it's like anime is the normal children cartoon that, like, because I grew up with Disney Channel and NBC
Disney Channel,
3,
Cartoon
right?
Network,
Cartoon
and
Network, Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
You
The
guys
thing
grew
is,
up
you
with
can get those shows and you can
Yes.
watch them, but they have like the paywall because you have to pay for cable TV. And the Japanese shows, a lot of them you could get them like on like I don't know how to say that in English, but like it's open channels, like public channels. You can
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
them and pay nothing for them. And there were like a bunch of Japanese cartoons.
public
So
broadcasting television.
mhm,
Sure.
Yeah.
exactly.
And then what about movies? You said there were some movies that influenced you also.
Well, yeah, I like a lot of science fiction. You know, like the typical Blade Runners and
Blade
stuff.
Runner.
Yep.
Nice.
That's amazing.
It's a really good film, and
But there aren't that
animated
many
movies
movies
as well.
like it. There aren't that many movies like Blade Runner. I feel like it's like this the futuristic cyberpunk kind of style is not that popular. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, it depends in which circles you are, because if you're an artist
Yeah.
and you do concept art, like everybody loves that film,
Yeah. I see.
and everybody knows the artists that did the concept art for that film. Like it's a huge inspiration for us, and you can see why, because it was like a huge world that they built, like just to make a really small movie. If you think about it, like there's not
Yeah.
a lot of scenery and stuff like that, but
Mhm.
you get to feel like the atmosphere of the whole planet without really seeing all of it. It's really impressive, and I
And
really love that.
They had to design that, like they had to sketch it all out before. they
Yeah,
were
yeah.
able to-
If you actually watch documentaries about it, you can see that they actually made even graphic designs that go with the machines and stuff like that. Like you can see like things for the post office, like boxes and stuff like that, that
wow.
they had to design and put like on set, even though you weren't even able to really see it. It was there to create like a more legitimate look. You know what I'm saying?
It looks like it feels like your characters are from some kind of like TV show or movie or video game universe. Like you're doing a concept design for. I feel like it could be something really cool.
Yeah,
So
like
that-
I can
yeah.
see this one right here. I can see it
Yeah,
as
like
like
a universe.
Like I can see this in a concept.
Like imagine
or-
World of Warcraft or something, but
All right. Well,
yeah,
I
all these
actually
characters.
did that one because it was like the Day of the Dead here. So the idea of this like skeleton thing, the virgin, is something that I came up with for a advertisement campaign that I did like 5 years ago with a big beer company. But it's something that is part of the culture, because you have like this concept of the Katrina, which is a woman that is dead,
Yeah.
but it's like a high-end woman, like from the bourgeois.
Bourgeoisie.
Yeah. So the idea is that you have like this woman that is dead, and it's a character like of the day, and it comes up like in a bunch of stories and stuff like that.
How do you
So
say Day
I
of the
decided
Dead
to make a concept of that.
in Spanish again? I forgot. Is
Dia de Muertos?
Dia de Muertos. Okay, cool. Because it sounds amazing when you say Dias de Muertos. Like it's just like,
Yeah, it sounds better, right? Like it's cooler.
It does. It really does. Because it's like Day of the Dead. Oh, okay. Was the Halloween? No.
Yeah,
It's like when is it? It's the 5th of May? No, it's not. It's
No,
That's
it's
Cinco de Mayo.
yeah. Wait.
Come on. No.
Listen, I'm not too
Come on,
good
bro.
with like
No,
outside
it's
culture.
the first and second days of November. It
Oh.
just happened. Yeah,
Oh, it just
the
happened.
good thing about that is that you get Halloween and then you get the Day of the Dead. So you actually have 3 days instead of one. And there's a bunch of parties. It's fucking dope.
Bro, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You use the
I'd
same
love to go
costume?
to Mexico and do like party, that kind of stuff. Like just wear
Yeah.
some costume and stuff. But do you guys wear
Yeah, dude.
costumes?
Yeah, a lot of people use costumes. A lot of people dress up like Katrinas and Katrinas. That's the idea. You dress up like a bourgeois
Oh, I see.
people and stuff like that. But a lot of people use like the usual costumes, like
Vampire and
well,
witch.
yeah.
and mortician and all that
Sexy
stuff.
slug or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But so you actually have a sketch ready to be drawn, right? And
Yeah.
you're gonna do one on the show now, which is
Wow.
pretty amazing. I have to say.
Yeah. I'm doing it digitally because I don't have like an overhead camera to
No,
do
don't worry.
whatever. But this is like the way that I actually work with clients and stuff. So
Amazing. So
it
wait,
made
here,
it interesting.
here's my question. Do you like draw it using this bad boy, or do you go like?
No, hell no.
Oh, okay. That would have been like. That would have been like, dude, you're crazy. You're on some like X game mode.
I've heard of people who actually do that, but no, dude, I don't do that. Like,
I
you can
mean-
actually buy a graphics tablet. It's not that expensive. Like, you
Ooh.
can get one for like, I don't know, $50 or stuff. But you can also get like a screen tablet, and it's like a big ass thing that you can use.
People
to
are
draw
using
with.
iPads nowadays. iPad Pros.
Yeah,
with
I use an
Apple
iPad
Pen.
as well. Like some of the things that you've seen on my account, like I've done on an iPad, and it's
Wow.
pretty practical actually. You can do it like on the go and stuff, so that's cool.
But what do you prefer? Doing it digitally, like with an iPad and stuff, or do you prefer like?
It depends, dude, because like for work, it's way better to do it digitally. Just
I
for the
see.
fact that you get like a lot of changes and you can do them fast without like losing anything, without redoing all the whole thing, you know?
Mhm.
And with when you work traditionally, it's like really nice in the sense that it's just like a way different feeling. Like you need to compromise, like well, not compromise, you need to commit to what you're
Commit
doing.
to- I see.
Because
How
you
long
don't
does
have
it
the space
take?
to make as many mistakes. Sorry.
So okay, iPad versus paper and pen. Time. How long does it take to do it with paper and pen, and how long does it take to do it with?
Well, right now I think I'm good enough to say that it could take me like almost the same amount of time.
Oh, and what is that? Are we talking roughly 2 to 3 hours, or?
One of these sketches will take me like an hour, like the ones
Oh.
on my Instagram.
wow.
Actually, my sketches that you see on my Instagram account, they're my warm up for the day. So I do one of those, and then I
Wait, that's
get
the
back-
warm up.
That's your warm up.
This
Yeah,
guy's
that's
on X game mode.
X Games mode. Honestly, so what's all right? So let's look at the.
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay,
pull
let
it
me
up.
share my
Yeah.
screen.
Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the sketch is already kind of done. So I didn't want to start from scratch because then I wouldn't be as like engaged. Can you see it?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
wow.
It takes
So-
like, does it take focus? Like, do you have to really zone in, or can you like?
Well,
do it
if
as
you're
your-
designing, yeah, it does because you need to think about like perspective and proportions and stuff like
But you're
that.
done designing, right? Like just looking at that,
Yeah, yeah. This thing is like almost designed like completely. So the only thing that I need to do is the cleanup, which is like quite easy. You just need to do the line art, and that's it. So
I see.
that's a cool part about it. Like
Yeah.
I really appreciate that part because you kind of you're able to turn off like your brain, you know.
I mean,
listen to some music or
Pretty
much.
H to the
Exactly.
Show podcast. While
yeah, you
you're,
can also listen to podcasts.
coloring.
My favorite
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, my guy. So, what are you drawing here? This is an alien, I propose. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Like, let it be.
Oh, you just go with the flow. So you don't, which is interesting because there are artists who just like you go with the flow and see what comes out of the page, and there are people who are actually like they plan every step.
They
and
plan. They know the
what they're
characters
doing.
sometimes. Like,
I've tried to be that
yeah.
kind of person, but I'm not, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
I want to be that guy, but I'm not that guy.
I mean, you know what? Hey, that's
Yeah.
pretty fair.
That's fair. Hmm.
Yeah, the thing is, like, when you see people who actually do everything so deliberately, it's so cool, right? Because you feel like, oh my god, they have like everything on their mind and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, you feel like they're super pros, but
Well, it does make.
I don't
like,
know, bro.
I don't
Like,
know.
that's not me.
If it's
so-
a character with like emotions or something, then like that comes out through the drawing. No, do you not like have some like idea of who this character is, or you just like drawing different styles? Is it about the
Well,
style
what I-
or the
what I
character
try to
more?
do is like to build up from the shapes that I do. Well, the thing is, I was like, I started graphic design, right? So in graphic design, what matters the most is like the design itself. And with concept art, it's kind of the same thing, but you get a brief where they talk to you about like the personality of the character and stuff like that. So you have to take that into account. So when I start designing like the shapes themselves, they start forming like a personality. So that personality starts to show by itself, and I just do like the details according to that, you know.
Mm. And do you just add the lines wherever you please, or is at least like is that?
No, the lines need to be really informative. Like they need to show shapes.
I see.
That's a really important thing you need to learn when you're an artist. Like everything you do, it needs to inform like the overall shape. It's not like something random.
Oh, I see.
So, like, unlike your characters, what's your origin story? How'd you start? You know,
Drawing.
Drawing,
Well,
yeah.
the thing is, I used to play a lot of video games. When I was a child, I played like for fucking hours, dude, and I was really obsessed about them. So when I was in
What
school,
do you used to play? Sorry, what do you used to play, Rodrigo?
well, the thing is, I had to play like Super Nintendo. I used to play Super Mario World.
Dude. Super Mario World was the shit.
Yeah, it was the shit, dude. But the thing is, by the time I was playing Super Mario World, I think like we were about to like get to the PS2 era or something.
Oh yeah.
Like I was like years behind in console. Console.
I mean,
You know what I'm
listen.
saying? So
Yeah,
I was, like,
but the thing
funny.
is, back then, like the consoles, there was like the Super Nintendo, you had the PS1, and like it really wasn't any different. There was no difference in what you played because there wasn't any online mode where you get to play with your friends.
That's
so
true.
It
That's
didn't
true.
really matter back then.
It was a really
But now
personal
it's like
experience.
it's like I don't know if any of you guys watched the South Park episode where they literally have a war on whether the whole crew is getting Xbox or PS4.
That's true. I didn't watch the full episode, but I remember that one.
Yeah, so now it's like you really have to sit with your friends and hold a council of the elders and just be like, guys, we need to come to a conclusion.
The council
What
of
are-
the Elders.
What are we gonna play? Like, and
That's so true. That's so true. You need to be like all
very
connected and
yeah.
make a consensus about it.
There
That's
exactly,
really-
and it's like all in favor of Xbox. All right, and then you have that one asshole who has to veto the whole group and just be like, no, I can't afford these kind of games.
Yeah.
We gotta go
I have a
now."
Wii.
No,
Listen.
like all of your friends are poor, but he has money. So like he's the one that wants to buy the most expensive console.
Yeah.
Like, nobody can afford it. I'm buying the PS3, bro.
Yeah, it's just like, cool, bro. I guess you're playing on
bro.
your own.
Yeah, you're playing on your own. You
I guess,
rich bastard.
You're pretty-
Something I've been getting into more recently is the VR. I got an Oculus Quest and I've been playing around
Awesome.
in that space. I don't know. Have you ever thought of doing like any designs in?
I actually worked with a company like
Yeah.
a few months ago that is working on VR, but I can say a lot of it because I was under NDA.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a cool experience. Yeah. Well, that's the only thing that I can tell you. But
Okay.
I mean, fair.
Cool.
yeah,
No, that's fair. All right.
So video games is what made you want to draw. That's pretty cool. Because
yeah,
a lot
that
of
was the
like
go on,
listen,
go.
video games, I feel like in our generation had more of a positive impact than the newer generations, the 2002ers and the 2003 kids and the 2004s. Like I feel like it's more of a positive.
What do you mean?
Think so?
Yeah, because look
In
at
what way?
you. You're I'll tell you what. Look at you, dude. You're literally you're drawing these awesome
I don't
stuff,
know.
You
right?
can make money from video games. That's funny.
Well, yeah,
No.
that's true.
And now it's like they crashed the market with Twitch and all that different like shit, you know. And they're like playing video games and being millionaires and doing the most retarded shit I've ever seen. And
Well, I don't know, dude. Like, I think a lot of people from our age are doing the same thing, but
I
they
don't know.
didn't get the chance to do it as young as some people do,
Yeah, it's
right?
true.
Like,
And we don't have the online thing.
pretty
As you were
much.
saying, like back in the day, it was more of a personal experience when you played a game.
Yeah,
it
it
was you,
was.
or if you had a friend with you, like it'd be like a more personal thing you can play for hours. But now it's just online. Now, literally, you can only play online. If
true.
I had a friend with me in the room, I
That's
couldn't
true.
play with them. I tell him, go back to your home so we can play online.
well, the only thing that you can actually play and it's better is fighting games. I actually play a lot of
Yes,
fighting games.
like Street
because-
Fighter.
Bro,
Yeah, I play
Street
Street
Fighter,
Fighter.
Mortal Kombat,
Mm-hmm.
what
Injustice.
else?
I've
Oh,
been playing. I love Injustice.
bro,
Yeah.
remember back in Lebanon when we used to play Injustice like all the time?
Yes, dude.
Dude, that was great.
Great game.
It was. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yeah, but what I was saying is that when I was a child, I used to play like a lot of Mario, and I was obsessed, right? So the thing is, I didn't have like any way of like expressing my need to play video games.
Mhm.
So the only thing that I could do is like draw the video game like, on paper. So I used to do like levels of Super Mario on my notebooks and stuff like that. Because
Wow.
that's the only thing that I could do. Like I could draw the levels.
Wait,
And
that's
the way I
pretty
started
cool.
drawing,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, thinking like on hindsight, it's pretty cool. But I don't know. I was a bit ashamed of that because I felt like it was a little desperate to do that.
I mean, just a little bit. Just
a little bit,
just
but
a
it is
little
cool.
bit.
It paid out. That's funny.
I mean, at this level of addiction, thank God it's on video games. Am I right?
Yeah, dude. Well, I do have like an addictive personality. Like I used to smoke a lot and stuff like that because I just have like that personality. Like I get obsessed with something and just do it and do it and do it.
Mhm.
And that's kind of part of why I'm an artist. I think like
You're
a lot of
obsessed with
artists are
drawing.
really obsessive.
see.
Yeah.
Not
Does
bad.
it ever burn you out when you're like so obsessed with something?
Yeah,
ever-
sometimes, but it's kind of
know.
difficult.
Yeah.
It usually just fades away. Like I have an obsession with something, and all of a sudden, like I don't because I'm
Yeah.
interested in something,
Something
else.
else.
That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, being curious. That I feel like that a little bit. Where just like whatever I'm into and I'm interested about until I'm interested in something else. Keep exploring that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens a lot. For example, if I watch a really good movie, I usually start watching like a bunch of stuff related to it, like
Oh yeah, I do
that.
the same. I do the same thing too. Like you watch the fan theories, and then
Right,
top
yeah.
10 things you didn't know about this character, or like all that stuff. Yeah, I do that. I do that too.
That is funny.
Yeah,
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 I do
yeah.
that too.
I also watch like the video essays when you start feeling like pretentious about it, like you feel like you know more about the film than
Yeah.
most people. Like, oh, I'm watching the video essays.
I reached that point with two things: with Harry Potter and Game of Thrones.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
You-
that's.
you- Harry Potter. You know everything about Harry Potter. I didn't know you were a Potter head.
I was.
Yeah.
I mean, I still am a Potterhead. I watch it like I watch the whole thing through and through once a year.
Oh, that's
wow.
crazy. That's a
That's
bunch
a
of
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just 7 hours. Like I've watched
That's-
I watched the first season of Game of Thrones. Like
I've
back
watched
to
all the
back.
Lord of the Rings back to back extended
Bro,
versions for
I do
24
that.
hours
I do.
straight.
I do that like twice a year. Like, what do you mean? Lord of the Rings is my shit, bro. Are you
That's
into
really
those fantasy kind of stuff? Like,
Yeah, a little bit. When I was a child, I used to like it a lot more. Actually, The Lord of the Rings used to be my favorite movie, but eventually I just like lost a bit of interest. I don't know why.
unlucky.
I actually watched the films like this year again, and I wasn't as impressed. I don't know
Oh.
why that happened.
Ooh,
It was
maybe
on
it's
the
just
phone.
because you might have just
You-
overdone it. Maybe just like watched it way
Yeah,
too
maybe.
much as a kid, right?
Yeah.
Too much Lord of the Rings.
Too much
Maybe.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
But it's better than half the shitty movies they've been coming up with lately.
Yeah. Well,
Your your characters remind me of Ben 10 a little bit.
oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the thing then.
a little bit. You've heard that before?
Yeah, I watched the show like a bit. I never
Yeah.
like really committed to it, but it does have like a
That
a bit
vibe,
of
yeah.
Yeah, the alien, like robot-y, like because he has the different monsters, right? And they are
Mhm.
the kind in that style.
I think they're
Maybe.
aliens, Ali.
Aliens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I don't know. They come
sure.
out of his watch, dude.
yeah, bro. Like the only thing that comes out of my watch is my blood pressure, and that I'm all excited for that shit.
That's funny. Mhm.
But like that guy can turn into like something similar to this. So talk to us a little bit about your comic book. How's that going?
Well, it's a comic book for a gaming company, and I'm also under NDA for that.
Oh,
But
Ah, Rodrigo.
I'm sorry, dude, but
What?
that's how it goes, bro.
We should have scheduled this later.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, then we have to have you back later when it's all.
It's
all
gonna
not
be
a movie.
like
Yeah.
ready in a few
We can
months, so
disclose.
I'll probably
Ooh. Yeah, we'll definitely
Sure,
have you
we'll
back
talk
and
about
talk
it.
about it. 'Cause I'm excited. Like looking at your artwork, I think that's
Mhm.
what's making me more excited for what's to come from that
Mhm.
gaming company. Are you allowed to
Yeah,
say which gaming company or
yeah, their name is Draco Studios.
Dracos?
DRACO Studios.
Oh,
They
Draco.
make like tabletop RPGs and stuff like that.
Ooh.
I see. Like it's like a board game, right? Or is it like a
Yeah,
video game?
it's for a board game.
I see.
Exactly.
Oh, it's like
That's pretty cool.
Dungeons and
Wow.
Dragons and
If you're
Yeah, it's like
Warhammer.
Dungeons and
wow.
Dragons. That's it. Yeah.
Wow.
I can't wait. I
That's pretty
honestly
cool.
cannot wait.
How did you play Dungeons and Dragons at all?
Honestly, I don't,
Yeah.
but I kind of wish I did.
That's
You
the thing
play?
that I felt as well. The other
Mhm.
day, a guy came up to me like on my DMs and told me like if I wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, but I had to tell him no because I think it takes like a long time to play it,
does,
and
it
I don't know
does.
shit about it. So I was like, no, I think I'm gonna pass, dude.
Dude, it's like my friends, my gaming friends that I've met online, we've had them on the show before. Shout out to Simpus Maximus, but like they play it all the time. I'm just like, guys, do you not do online sessions? They're like, we do, but it's really hard, so we stopped. I'm just like, I really want to play because I can't play Dungeons and Dragons with people here. Like, no one gets the game. And everyone thinks role playing is no, they think role playing is really like stupid. I'm just like, guys, live in the imagination of life. Like, no, they're like, no, bro,
Yeah.
it's GTFO.
Have you been to like the Comic Cons or the
In Kuwait, we had a few Comic Cons.
yeah?
I
Yeah.
do. That's cool.
We do. What about you? Have you been to any, Rodrigo?
Yeah, I've been to some of them, but for like business reasons. And like a few years ago, I used to go because I have like this friend who's a huge weeb. So he used to like force us to go to like all these kind of conventions. It was awesome. It was
know what's
really
funny?
awesome.
What's funny is we all have that one friend that's like such a
Yeah, yeah, totally.
fun.
we all do. And I hope this gets clipped on Instagram because that's
Or
where
you
he
are the one.
watches. Who?
Or if you don't have a friend, maybe you are the weeb.
Oh, that's a plot twist, dude.
Yeah, that's
like I am the weeb. No, but
Yeah,
But
but
it was
use that
really
as an
fun to
excuse
go.
so you can dress up and go to Comic Con.
Naruto.
Oh,
like-
Bro, Naruto's
Yeah,
my
did-
shit though.
Did
That's
you dress
the-
up?
No, I don't. I really don't like using costumes and stuff like that. Like I really do not like it. So I just go and
I don't know,
watch
for a designer.
what's up, you know, like-
There's some really cool costumes, right?
Not even on Dia de la Muerto.
No.
Really? I thought you did.
Well, I really like watching people being in costumes, but I don't really like doing it. Like
True.
it's
I-
like
If I had the body for it, I would definitely do like all that 8-packs and pecs and muscles.
all right, yeah. Like
I would definitely go.
You can do like a different kind of character. You can be like
Yeah, no.
the Penguin from the Batman or something.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Oh.
Just
That's
kidding.
like
You can
an
be like
old-
Hercules, dude. You can be like Hercules, just walk in, dude.
I'm too tall for the penguin. The penguin's like this tall.
Oh yeah,
I'm
Is he-
6'3".
I remember he's kind of short. He's played by Danny DeVito in the movie.
You guys remember that Batman, the one with where his
Yeah.
armor had the little nipple shit? That was funny.
that was fucking
Just like your
awesome.
character, dude. Are those nipples? If
Oh, that's a good point. That's a sin. Should have-
erased.
Wait, are you not doing
Thank you for
it?
telling me. Like, yeah, goodbye to those nipples, dude. Thank you for letting me know. That's terrible.
Honestly, they looked really cool because they looked like they went with the little, like,
Yeah.
the two holes.
Like,
Oh,
maybe
you're-
these huge nipples. Like,
Yeah, let's not do that. TOS,
Oh my god.
TOS, and YouTube. Like that's not.
all
very-
right, it's fine.
Sounds good.
But
man.
it's
Sounds
art
good.
though. Like, if
It's
it's
art.
art, it's not that big of a deal, right?
I mean, unless it's YouTube, then it's a huge deal. So.
Oh,
you
come
know.
on. All right, that's fine.
Listen, it's TOS. I'm not the one who's making these rules up. If I was,
That's true.
you can call me a
I was
bitch all
about
you'd
to blame
like,
you,
but
but
Oh yeah, it is, right? Yo, I forget. It's true, right? It is.
terms of
Terms of
service.
service. Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, we got one of our I was trying to promote one of our videos and it had the word fart in it, so it got rejected just because it had the word
No
fart.
way.
Yeah.
Really?
It was really funny. I wanted to share it, but like you can't.
Wow,
my
that's
God.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like
No,
they're
I-
getting out of control with that shit.
It's because Instagram nowadays is mainly just about models and less about, creators and content creators. Like if you're on Instagram and you're trying to get, blown up on Instagram, you're either like a 10 out of 10 would recommend, or you're like,
But like, what's more crude? I don't mean to be rude, but like a woman like flashing her thin, I can see that, but I can't like write the word fart and put that in a thing.
That's
I don't
true.
know. Yeah, it's kind of
No,
fun.
that's very true. No, I
Mhm.
agree with you. Did you
Also,
ever get
big
any-
influencers usually get like a pass with all that stuff, Like the bigger you are, you get like the more of a pass with all the shit that you do. So
True. Very true.
Very true.
Yeah.
Mhm.
because
Do you
if you
have-
think about it, it's kind of
Yeah.
smart because that way they only need to deal with the people they already know instead of having to deal like with all these new people who are trying to do the same stupid shit as the other ones.
It's
So
true.
you're kind of creating like this funnel. Where you
Pretty
only get
much.
like
Yeah, you have to like
Only the best of the best.
you have to get to the best of the best if you want to do crazy
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah, you need to be like massive stupid.
Shit, listen, we'll get there one day. We'll have you come on and draw all the nipples you'd like. Bro, even saying that word is against TOS, by the way. Even saying that word.
That's
like
funny.
it's that bad. YouTube nowadays is really, really like terrible when it comes to monetization. God save us in January, am I right?
What's gonna happen in January though?
January is known as the, what was it called? Adpocalypse.
Oh, right, yeah. But it was like back in 2017 or something, right?
Yeah,
Like,
back when one idiot decided to flog himself in a suicide forest. Not naming names.
I'm not naming
Not
names.
naming names.
That is kind of crazy, right? Yeah, and then all these people got their videos stricken.
Pretty much. Not only
Now
that, there
you
was that
can't post-
PewDiePie incident where he was on that
Yeah.
bridge, PUBG and stuff.
The bridge.
oh,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, not naming name. Oh, I kind of.
Not naming. You say you named him. He was kind
named
of the
him.
first person. That was the first wave of Apocalypse, and then Logan Paul sealed the deal.
Yeah, he's
Not naming name.
He like
Come for me. I'll fight you, Logan Paul. I'll box you.
I'm scared of Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I won't do Logan Paul. That's just crazy. So
Right.
is this guy like? Does he have a Iron Man armor on, or
Yeah, he does.
no bad?
He 3D printed it. Like he got it from the deep web. Like
Oh.
Ooh. Like the intergalactic dark web.
Deep web.
exactly, yeah.
You know what? Hey, here's a good exercise. Let's make a backstory for this character. Ali, go ahead. What do you think this character is, or who do you think this character is?
I think he's I don't know.
Come on, bro. Use your
I think he's an
imagination.
assassin.
You gotta
man.
do
Yeah, it's
something
true. I'm
better
a
than
filmmaker. Yeah, I think he's an assassin.
Ooh,
He's
hitman.
looking for somebody. He's a hitman, and he's got all these armor. He's bodied up. He's actually very scrawny and skinny, but when he puts on this armor, he becomes like a huge.
Yup.
And he only has 2 arms, but those other 2 arms are robotic. And he's looking for money.
I think I have a better backstory. for
Go
you.
ahead. Let's hear it.
So this is a guy who never grew up. So he's really obsessed with Ben 10 still. Nobody cares about Ben 10 anymore. He does. He goes like to all these conventions back in Mexico, wearing the same suit for 10 years. And like everybody knows him as the Ben 10 guy, and like he sells popcorn or something. About that.
If I was a comic book company, you already sold me the pitch.
I know, right?
Just saying.
That's
I
funny.
really like making like stupid stories for my characters. Like I think the description of like my latest post was like, this is the new PS6 or something, and it's like a person in a suit, like a mech suit, something. And I don't know, I wanted to make fun of the size of the PS5 or something.
Oh, you think it's too big?
I do, but
I think so too. Yeah, I honestly think so.
I mean,
It's a
it
bit
doesn't
too-
it's
look
cool.
bad, but it's like huge. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is a bit too big. But you
It's
know what?
impressive.
I think the reason behind the design of the PS5 is to make it stand out wherever you put it in the room.
Mm.
right?
Yeah,
It's sort
that's a
of
good
like a
point.
fashion statement. I think that's what they were going for the whole time when making the PS5.
It does, it does look. It's a cool. It is kind of big.
Yeah,
The
it looks like a
Xboxes are
huge
bigger than the
Wi-Fi.
PlayStations. Also, Xboxes are bulky, dude.
Yeah,
No?
yeah, they're really big.
Not this generation. The new generation, the PS5 is actually bigger than the Xbox.
Really?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, it
crazy.
is.
Because now the Xbox looks genuinely like a box. Like it actually looks like a box.
Okay. You know
Yeah,
what?
it's actually a box.
Yeah. Like no
You know,
joke.
you know what I hate about the Xbox? Sue me, all right? But why? It's Xbox, then Xbox 360, then Xbox
Oh
One,
yeah,
then
bro. I was thinking
Xbox
about
whatever
the same
Pro.
thing yesterday. Like I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, what the hell is wrong with their naming of the consoles? Like I don't even remember the names anymore. Like
Yeah.
when I'm listening to tech reviews and stuff, like they say like Xbox One and then they say Xbox Series. And I'm like,
I was like,
What?
which one are you talking about? Like which one is
yeah,
it?
I don't even recognize them anymore. Like the
Let's-
only one I remember is the 360 because it actually kind of made sense.
Yeah.
It was the
Yes.
second one.
And the
so it
original
had a
Xbox.
different name, you know what I'm
you
saying?
know why
Yeah.
it made sense to me? X and then a box and then 360. It's kind of like a wordplay for PlayStation, but not really. Because what are the command names of the buttons on the PlayStation? You have an X, you have a circle, you have a square, also a box. 360
What do
is
you-
supposed to be a circle. So X, box, 360.
You're telling me that Bill Gates saw the PlayStation
Yeah.
get built and he was like, I want to call it the Xbox. I'm gonna steal their idea.
Yeah,
I mean, it wouldn't be far fetched if we think about it.
yeah, it wouldn't be. But at the same time, I don't buy it.
Fair?
Fair.
All right, let's go with my origin story of the character you're drawing. So this is Gleebop, right? He comes from a planet that's been destroyed, and unfortunately, he was out already on a headhunting mission because he gets hired off the dark web, just like Haejl said, right? Thing is, the reason he became a headhunter is because he was too obsessed with Ben 10 as a kid.
Come on.
Come on, man.
He decided to come up with, this armor. And in reality, he's a kid, but his clients don't know that. But he's the best in town. And the only reason someone blew up his planet is to get him out the picture. Right? They thought he was there and he wasn't. And his whole story is basically him versus his rival, who's also a headhunter, but is not a kid and is much more experienced in what he does. And they go on
You see
an
what he's doing here?
intergalactic
Like he's
battle.
doing a Bill Gates on me.
There you go. See that? That's all.
Yeah, he's
You
doing
think
a
of
Bill
Bill
Gates
Gates,
on me.
he
Like,
stole
he's
my
stealing my
idea.
idea.
I mean, I stole
He
his
pulled a Mark
idea
Zuckerberg
too.
on me. They all
Okay,
steal.
okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, what is that mouthpiece over here, and why does it look like his crotch area?
Well, when you're designing something, I know it's the crotch area and it's stupid in a way, but if you have like matching shapes, you create like sort of a pattern, and it's kind of aesthetic. If
I
you see
see.
like similar shapes, like in a design, like repetitively, you know what I'm saying? So I tried to create like shapes that are similar to have like a cohesive shape language when I'm doing a design.
Cool.
Interesting.
So
Have you ever
that's
tried
why
doing-
it happens, and it actually happens like naturally now because I become aware enough to do that without like really thinking about it that much.
I see.
So this guy has a lot of circles from what I see, and then he has that patch on, and then he has those ridges, right? And those are just like patterns you repeat.
Yeah, exactly. You need to have some patterns when you're designing something, so you get like an overall idea of the design. Also, you need to think about functionality. So what I was thinking is that this is like a breather, right? Like he's using it to
breathe basically.
actually get air. Yeah, exactly.
Not bad.
Have you ever thought of doing like animation at all?
Yeah, when I was a kid, I actually used to do a lot of animation. My dad bought me and my sister an animating program called Corel Draw and Corel Animate or something like that. I don't even remember the name. It's a really old like software. But we used to do like a bunch of like animations, movies and stuff like that. I have like a big obsession with like World War II on my sister as well. So we used to recreate like D-Day, like making animations of D-Day and
Oh
stuff
my
like
god.
that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it was
very
cool.
interesting.
Mhm.
If you actually take a look at them, they're probably like horrible. They probably look like shit, but
I
we
mean, you were
were
kids and you were
like,
just getting
Yeah.
into animation, so
Well, I feel
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's true. But it may be like, I mean, a lot of your work looks like war stuff, right? I feel like a lot of them are
Yeah.
ninjas or with guns or mechatronics or whatever. Transformers or
aliens. You have one
what
zombie, which is pretty cool.
you have one zombie. What's like why like war? Like why is everything or not
I
like
don't know. I
everything,
really
but a
find
lot
it
of it?
interesting.
What's common
Like,
theme? Yeah.
I think that the worst parts of history are actually the most interesting. So that's something that I'm really attracted to. Now that we have the pandemic and stuff, like what I did to make myself feel better was to read a bunch of things about the Holocaust and stuff like that. Because I was like, okay, so this is really bad, but it's not as bad as that, right? So I was reading about it and like I got really deep into it just so I could make myself feel better about what's happening right now. So that's something that I just like doing. And I, I I don't know why though. Like it's just so interesting.
And then you read about like whatever, like the Nazis and do those like influence like some of the designs? Like you think?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Uh-huh.
Like it's something that is just like ingrained in your mind, right? When you're an artist, like a lot of people talk about like your visual library.
Mhm.
Yes, that the things that you've watched and experienced when like in all of your life, they do impact like the way you do artwork and stuff like that. And the more things you know, the easier it is for you to design stuff,
Yes.
right? So
Wow.
if you get into
Wow.
like insects and stuff like that, you're gonna be
Yeah.
really good at drawing them
Drawing it.
eventually. Of course, if
Mhm.
you're drawing, because if you're not drawing, it doesn't matter. But the idea is that if you have like a lot of intellectual curiosity, it's going to like positively impact your artwork and stuff.
Amazing.
Because like some people are just stuck on the design, as you were saying. Like some people are like, you can practice the design as much as you want, but if you don't have anything to draw about, or if you don't have any ideas, if you don't know, I see it a lot. I'm a
Yeah.
filmmaker, and like for me, like whenever like I don't have ideas for a movie, I just have to like learn about something new or just explore something new.
That's the thing, right? Like
Yeah. When you're in a
who
different
was
world, you
it?
just absorb it, and then it comes out
Yes.
through your art. Yeah.
Exactly.
Do you find
Exactly,
it hard
that's it.
to? Do you find it hard to like? Because I realized you just like erased the left pectoral over there. So do you find it hard to do a symmetrical shape when you're drawing like from right to left, or
I think I do as like I don't struggle as much anymore. Like I think I'm reaching a point where I can do that kind of stuff and not have like a lot of issues. But I do get why a lot of people do. It's something difficult to understand at first, you know, especially if you're like drawing in perspective. But with time, you get used to seeing the shapes in your head.
I see.
Like imagine that you have like a 3D model
Mhm.
and you can kind of see it in your head and you can turn it around and stuff.
Oh,
So that's what happens when you're drawing and designing. Like
Yeah.
you can actually picture like what's happening on the other side.
on the other side. Wow.
So you say like,
Amazing.
oh, this doesn't look right like on the paper. It should look like this. So you change it up and stuff.
I see.
That's pretty cool.
I hate
Yeah.
to do this, and I really, really do, but we did run out of time.
Oh no!
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
so we're gonna
Great.
listen, you guys. I want to see the end of it as much as any of you guys.
Mhm.
So what's gonna happen here is, if you can just close the live screen for a second.
I will. In a
I
sec.
Give me a
How do you
second.
do that though?
You go to
This
Zoom.
looks-
Oh, okay, stop sharing. Yeah.
There you go.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you guys, I want to see this as badly as most of the people who are going to be watching this too. Where can they find the finished product?
So you can follow me on Instagram. The link
Bing, bing, bing.
should be in the description, I guess.
Below.
Exactly.
There
There
you go.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So you guys should go check out his stuff. His artwork is one of like my favorite artworks I've seen on Instagram so far. a lot of respect goes out to you, Rodrigo, and to your work. I really, really enjoyed it.
Thank you, guys.
Looking forward to hear about your new project.
Yeah,
dude,
I was just
honestly,
gonna say that. I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll let you know what's up.
And we'll
with that.
definitely
Sounds
have
good,
you
man.
back and talk about all the stuff you were NDA'd and.
Let's hope a lot of things you're never able to talk about, like ever.
I get it, and it's frustrating.
Ever?
Because you just wanna brag sometimes and be like, you guys, I did this, and that, but you can't because
Exactly. Yeah.
NDAs, right? Which suck, but understandable at the same time. If you reach this part of the episode, subscribe. What are you doing with your life? I mean, if you watched all of this and you haven't subscribed by now, there's definitely
honestly,
they're stalking us or there's something wrong with
But you do know there are a lot of people that are watching this that aren't subscribed. I think it's like 75% of people watching this aren't
Rodrigo,
subscribed.
75% of the people that watch our show are not subscribed.
That's not good.
So why don't you let them know what happens to them
That's a
if they don't?
shame. Shame on you.
Shame on you. Subscribe. Let's shame our audience to
Wait,
subscribe.
I have to hear this. What happens if they don't subscribe, Rodrigo?
I don't know. I guess. No, I don't want to say that.
No, go ahead. Say it.
No. I was thinking like, oh, you're gonna get COVID or something.
There you go. If you don't subscribe, you get COVID. You heard it here first.
Oh my God.
Thank you for watching another episode. Is there anything you'd like to shout out or let the world know?
No, guys. I just want to thank you for inviting me. This was really cool.
Dude, this was fun. I enjoyed it. It was hard to talk because I was just so mesmerized by your drawing. I was like, pretty.
Pretty.
Thank you.
Cool, man.
But no, that's amazing. Yeah. So this is generally how we sign out. Health, wealth, happiness.
I gotta do this, like.
or addiction problem or a severe mental imbalance, we're in charge. People just don't know that, so they give their power away.
Wow. That's great. All right. So what I want to know is, so if you're helping sometimes, so a family would come say like, hey, I'd like to talk to this person who's dead, and do your seance, communicate the message, right? In your thoughts, do you think it's okay to talk to the dead like that? Is it like interfering with the dead? Is it sending?
You invite them in. With love and respect. I don't force anybody to come. I don't force humans, living or dead. But what they like about it